Superior Court now open back in session. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, please be seated.
And Judge, if I could just have a moment to get the video up to where we left off.
Which was 15:56:38.
We can bring the witness in.
You can go back 10 seconds at a time.
We can bring the jury in, please. Detective Kimball, you may be seated.
Yes, sure.
Would counsel stipulate, please?
Yes, Judge. Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, where we left off was 15:56:38. We were able to get it to 15:56:39. Is that all right if we resume playing from there?
There's probably going to be no claim for the 1 second.
Or we could just rewind.
Or what could happen is, if there is a claim, we'll just go back before 15:56:39.
We'll just go back 10 seconds, Judge. And we'll resume playing it at 15:56:29.
Being honest with us
No, I don't know anything about that.
about where Fotis was in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Your life with Fotis is over,
No, I know.
okay? From this point forward, your life with Fotis is over. It's done. You need to think about your daughter,
No, yes, of
okay?
course.
This is your time. You're definitely not being fully honest with us, and I want you to be fully honest with us, because there's no way he's home, because he had never been in that home. And we found there through science. Okay? So,
Okay, but what do you
you with
wanna,
me?
no, yeah, what do you wanna know about the morning?
We want to know where was Fotis was home at. If he wasn't home, what period of time was he not home? You need to tell us the truth. Or were you with him
No,
somewhere?
I wasn't. I mean, I have, all my morning, I had doing things that it's completely proven because I have photos, I have texts.
We believe you, okay? We don't believe that, as we told you from the get-go, we're not lying to you. Alright, we believe that you were kind of dragged down a certain path, okay?
So he used me.
Isn't that what Fotis does? He was with somebody else and met Jennifer and moved on. He was with Jennifer and met you and moved on. The pattern, correct? Do you see what's happening here? Do you think that was not going to happen to you? We know Fotis. We've looked into Fotis. Just hear me out. If Fotis was not home in the morning, which I know he wasn't, he knows he wasn't. Your attorney even knows based on what we've told him that Fotis was not home.
So maybe he wasn't.
No, you know if he was, and you need to tell us the truth. Because this is very important. The stuff you were throwing out, we have. And it's all Jennifer. It belongs to Jennifer. Do you understand? You need to help these people. These children will never have their mother again. Okay? We need to find where she was, and if you know anything more.
No.
I'm not trying to pressure you, and I'm not trying to turn the tables on you. I'm just telling you that some of the things you've told us, they're not right. A lot of the stuff you've told us is very true, and I believe that you're telling us a lot of the truth. if you're trying to protect him,
No, not, I'm gonna protect him, but
if Otis wasn't home, you need,
Did he tell you he was going somewhere on Friday morning?
no. I mean, I always believe that he's in the office, because that's where usually he is, in the office.
so can you
But
say
I don't-
100% that he was home in the morning? Yes or no?
Well, now I don't know.
And you didn't wake up in the same bed?
No, that
Because
I
you slept with
didn't.
your daughter?
I slept with my daughter.
And your daughter definitely wasn't gonna be home, because how long in advance did you know that she was gonna be at school till 7 p.m.?
No, until 9:15.
And 9:15, but you knew it prior to. Do you know what was in the FedEx thing that he threw into the sewer?
What?
You have it, so he did throw something in the
I
sewer.
remember handing something to Phyllis that he put in the sewer.
There was a FedEx paper bag.
Did you hand that to him? You have a video.
You're on video, so this
I
is the
know, I'm
truthfulness.
trying
Okay.
to think. I don't think I had anything, but I do remember the
You're not
FedEx.
sure was if he had an Xbox, like mailer?
Huh?
Like a
Yeah,
mailer?
because he has that in the office. He has all the FedEx. Because he sends every time things.
Did you ever look to see what was in there? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what was in there. Okay? You used to have a 2007 Chevy Suburban, Fotis did color black, right?
Sorry?
Fotis used to have a Chevy Suburban that was a 2007 model. No, you ever aware of that?
Know that.
No.
You may not know that? Okay, he did. It had Connecticut license plates. Plates that we found were in that FedEx thing dropped in the sewer, and the plates were changed and doctored. So if the police saw them, they didn't read to anything. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that what happened to Jennifer didn't just happen to Jennifer, it was planned, calculated. And Fotis is a planned and calculated man, is he not? Am I wrong?
No, I guess, I don't know.
You know you live with him.
I know, but I don't know
I'm
the
not saying you-
license plates like this.
No, we're not saying that. I'm trying to.
How he is.
How he is, he's very calculated, yes.
Yeah, I know. I
Smart, right?
So,
Yes,
does any of this surprise you?
yes.
Yes.
What surprises you?
Well, like, when you say Chevy, the Suburban, he did have a Suburban before.
Is that what surprises you, or is what
No,
surprises you
the
what
whole
you're
thing.
learning that we believe he did to Jennifer?
Yes, I mean,
That
everything,
surprises you?
everything.
Okay, is there anywhere that you know? Alright, so basically, here's the fact. Fotis killed Jennifer,
Oh, no.
okay? This is a fact. We know this. We need to find Jennifer. Is there anywhere that
Did you look in the house?
we're at your house?
And?
Listen, just answer his question, okay?
Is there anywhere that you can think of, other than your properties, that Fotis goes to, where Jennifer could be?
He has property in 585,
Deerfield?
Deerfield.
We know about that.
That it's a house that I told you that the mom used to live. 80 Mountain,
We have that.
84, 88,
We know about that.
those lots.
What about places that we might not know about? Fotis has set up a plan to make Jennifer disappear. Okay? And she has. But he thought he was good. But he's not. Alright, we're very much aware of what was going on. We just need to find her. So is there anywhere else that he frequents that you might know about, that no one else does, where we can look?
There's the one property that these are 3 lots right before it has his signs
Oh, that's right.
in Mountain Spring.
Okay.
I walked that with him and the guy that bought it actually, a couple. This was like
This we know.
2 weeks ago or
Is there any other places that aren't listed on the website that are under development that you can think of? Does he hikes or what? We know he skis a lot more ski.
yes, in the pond,
We
we're
know
all the
about the
time in the
pond.
pond.
We know about the pond, okay, and self-storage in Avon and the property
Yes.
behind. So you understand, I'm not trying to say you, but these are the facts, okay? He will lie and deny this.
He would want
He's
to.
gonna lie and deny this if you ever speak to him again, but there's overwhelming evidence, okay? And there's evidence to prove Fotis has never been in Jennifer's house. We have confirmed that.
He did though,
When?
but I don't know if he was inside.
He's never been inside, according
okay.
to the people we
When he went
spoke
to the
to.
party?
Which one?
Okay, what were we gonna say? That he did what?
On Saturday that he spoke with his lawyer, or Sunday, with Jacob. Jacob said you have to do a timeline of what and he was in speaker. You have to do a timeline of what happened that Wednesday. Because if you were inside that house, you can be like in trouble, something like that.
This is Yakov. High record?
The what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Foti started talking, he said, okay, but tell me. So Foti said, Jennifer bought a basketball
Yes,
thing
there
to throw,
was one at the house.
and she said, which this is very weird, for the 2 years that they've been fighting in court,
Yes.
they were not talking, they were not texting privately, everything was through a family, whatever,
Yeah, go through him.
and emails, but copied through their lawyers. For what I understood, they never had communication, they would never talk without these two tools. It did surprise me that after the report came out, that I haven't seen, but that Fotis told me about, that Jennifer changed. They started talking over the phone. They talked like 2-3 times. That I was upset because I'm like, be careful. I mean, if the report is good for you, let the judge decide, because now everything is like favorable to you. And she's like, no, I think she gets it. I think she understands that the lawyer is trying to get money out of her and extending the case. Anyway, and I was upset. I'm like, no, she's maybe playing something to manipulate the situation because she doesn't want to lose the kids.
Let's try to go back.
So
Did you go to a psychologist to talk after that?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
This is just, I think it's important we can.
with him for
Okay, just tell the gentleman what you did. You went to a psychologist, right?
I said I want to talk to a professional because if she really has borderline personality disorders, plus depression, plus a mild something of anorexia, and she's taking pills, this is a person that it can be harmful and she's gonna try to manipulate. And I wanna know what's gonna be my condition. Being around her for the rest of my life and with the kids, if you get them or if you guys, I was concerned. So he called Humphrey, we made an appointment, and we met, so this is like 2 weeks ago, like before Friday, when the report pretty much came out, which I don't remember. We went to Humphrey. I wrote in a paper what borderline personality was, what are the traits of like fear, abandonment, low self-esteem, and whatever. I know them pretty much by memory. I wrote in another paper, that paper it should be in the house. I gave it to Humphrey, so he read it. I write in another paper like red flags about Jennifer that Fotis has told me in the past.
You're getting this information from folks.
Yeah, well, like she changed her name 3 times. I mean, that she ran away to Aspen and changed her name to get money from the family.
So you went to the psychologist?
Yes, and I was upset. I was very upset. Humphrey, after we read like 67 things that I wrote, he said, listen, we have to wait what the court says, what's going to happen. It's all favorable, whatever, to you, but we don't know what's going to happen. Apparently they were all talking that now they're worried, concerned about the kids being with Jennifer, that it should be okay to Fotis have custody. I don't know what the legal.
Okay, folks want it, that's the right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can I direct you back?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? And then I want you to talk more about it. Where on 80 Mountain Spring is Jennifer located?
What?
Where is Jennifer on 80 Mountain? Like where would Fotis have put her?
You're talking about the properties on Mountain Spring Road.
Yes.
Where is your body on the property?
No, I don't know.
No. Tell us all you can about the property at 80 Mile.
Well, the property, he rebuilt it, he didn't know, I know it pretty well, the house, because I've been going in that house for already a year, since
Okay.
it started building, reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of green in the around. It used to have a tennis court. It got gone. It's grass now.
It's grass now. When did that happen?
The tennis court?
Yeah.
No, when they were doing the painting before, like I don't know.
Has anything new
Okay.
happened since this began? Construction?
No,
Okay.
I know he goes every now and then and he puts the ribbons so people don't drive in the grass. I know about a month ago maybe they fixed some part of the grass with the company that put the grass.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you.
So
I
there's,
mean,
there's nothing new in the last week that you're aware of?
No, because I haven't been. I know that Stefan, the realtor, has been doing open houses on Sundays. I think Fotis went there one Sunday, the last Sunday.
Okay.
But that's the property that Fotis and Powell were on? That you were on?
Yes.
On Friday?
Yes. But it's not this. This is an old picture.
Well, it's an old picture. I want to make sure we're talking about the same. I want to make sure that, look,
What about the other lots? You said the lots have been subdivided?
Of this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has 2 signs. He already sold 88 to the Pavlonis.
Okay. Has anything changed on those lots that you're aware of? Is it just a vacant lot with no building?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just woods?
No, it's open.
It's open?
It has like the house in front has 1 tree,
Okay.
and those 2 lots are very open.
Okay. There's no houses there recently? There's just lots of grass and fields? Okay, I haven't been there.
Oh,
So,
no, I've ridden motorcycle there a year ago.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So
but it's grass. It's like natural.
it's very tall.
No, not tall, but I mean, yes, you find like bushes,
Which is
but it doesn't have like woods
okay.
like the lots next to the ones on.
So is it in a sense that if you were gonna build there, you'd have to clear a lot of brush? Like you're saying, like bushes and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's very clean.
it's very clean.
I mean, you go down there and you'll see it.
Alright. Do you think Pablo had anything to do with this?
No, but I mean, I'm not gonna put my hands in fire by anybody.
No. I'm just asking your opinion. What do you think? I don't know these people you do.
Okay, no, I do.
Are they capable of such things in your opinion? Or are you surprised by this?
No, I am surprised, but I mean, I know Pavel is the one that goes down to New Canaan. Fotis goes to New Canaan because he has to see the kids. Wednesdays for sure, and Saturdays or Sundays, depending on what the court.
Can you tell me with 100% certainty that you saw Fotis in the house on the morning of the 24th?
And when I woke up, yes.
At what time?
7:40 the alarm, 7:42 I was in the room.
And for how long of a time did you see him?
6:40.
Okay. And how long of a time did you see him for?
No, just in the shower and then I left. Down, I did the juice,
So just to go back, at 6:40 is the time you saw Fotis first in the house? And then you don't see him again until you have lunch? So basically from 6:40 to lunchtime?
No, sorry, I went back to the office.
Okay, what time?
9 o'clock. It's not
9 o'clock?
No, less. 8.
You went back to his
Like, yes.
office and saw him?
He was with Kent sitting at the far end of the office.
And that's at
And
8
that was
o'clock?
like 8:15, 8.
Okay. And so from 8:15, you didn't see photos again until around 1, 2 o'clock when you had lunch.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the last time you saw photos in the house was around 8:15.
Yes, but supposedly he was in the office. I don't know.
What do you mean supposedly? Why do you say supposedly?
Well, because now you're saying that if he killed him.
No, just, it was a simple question. When did you last see him?
Okay,
And
and
when
I
did you see him
I
again?
last saw him in the office.
At 8:15.
More or less, yes.
Okay, so sometime around the 8 o'clock time. Okay. And then you didn't see him again until lunch between 1 and 2.
Yes, and then actually from 9 to 11:30, I was in and out
Yeah.
a lot.
Just, we're not accusing you, we're
And there's a lot of proof that because.
No, it's not you.
Okay, no, because now I'm like nervous that.
No, listen, all right,
we're being honest.
they're asking you a question. When did you last see him in the morning? And when did you see him again?
8, 15, 20, 17, because that's the time I arrived. And when I went to lunch, that he said, let's have lunch, and I went down the stairs, so that's around 1, 2.
So was he wearing the same clothing at 1 to 2 when he was asking for lunch that he was wearing in the morning?
Look, in the morning I saw him naked, and then
You didn't see
I
him in the office?
I didn't see him.
Okay.
I heard him.
Alright.
And I said hi to Kent. I mean, Kent did say hi.
What's Kent's last name?
I don't know, but he's the lawyer at ROKU.
Okay, I think we know.
But photos did change his clothes between when you saw him at lunch to when you went to Starbucks. Because you said he had a hat on
He had
later.
a hat.
Was he wearing the same clothes all day and just
He
put a hat?
No, I think he had like a light blue,
So you would say he had a light blue
yes,
shirt
shirt
and jeans.
and jeans.
And then he went home and he changed. Because you identified him in a photo wearing a white
A
t-shirt,
white t-shirt.
dark pants and a hat.
No, but the jeans are the same.
It's the same pair of jeans though, so he only changed the shirt? Okay,
Yeah, he only has 2 pairs of jeans,
okay.
He only has 2 pairs of jeans?
of blue jeans, that one that I'm aware.
That you're wearing.
Okay.
One that are like straight and the other ones are more that he just bought them, a Lucky Strike, a brand, because he bought 2, a blue jeans and a black jeans, like.
Now, do you know what a zip tie is?
The what?
A zip tie. It's kind of like a plastic thing that you can loop around and a lot of things, you can put them on wires. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen photos use them or in the house?
I know, yes. For our water ski handles,
Okay.
he put some tubes, which my handle has, because otherwise my head or my arm can go in. And he does have, see, white.
They're really wide and long?
Yes.
Okay.
And he had, the ones that he put on me, and it's in my handle, you can go to the palm and see it. I think they're like kind of white.
Does he have a storage unit up
Oh,
there? Does he, because that Avon self-storage is like storage units, right?
Yes.
Does Photos have a unit there?
Oh, true, I don't know. I went once, like 2 years ago, because he wanted to bring some furniture to the house that was from the mom, and I said, I went to see it, and they were like super old.
So, how big are they?
We took only one thing that was a mirror, a gold mirror.
How big are the storage units?
No,
Smaller than this room? They're probably very in size. Okay,
and there's Hutch, those are Hutch.
I understand. So, you went up there at one point to put furniture up there,
No.
or he did?
But this is like in 2017 that I went there for the first time and only time.
Mm-hmm.
He had furniture from the mom,
Mm-hmm.
that because the mom lived here.
The mom lived at Deerfield.
Yes,
When you're done answering John's question, I kind of want you to talk a lot about what you know, the address 585 Deerfield, okay? So first finish his
So
question.
I'm with the Deerfield, you got some furniture, you wanted to bring it home, took you up there, showed
Yeah,
you,
to
and you
show
thought it was
me.
ugly?
I thought it was
Oh, so it stayed there?
Yeah, it's probably there, I don't know.
Okay.
I do know that he had at some point, which we never talked about those storage. He had two and he wanted to get rid of one. That's why he said, why don't you come and maybe we can take things from the to the house. And when I looked, it was like a flower, like things like that.
Okay.
But this is like in
So 585 Deerfield, that was where his mom?
Yes, that's where it's supposed to be moving. And the house is like in pieces. It's like falling apart.
Okay.
No one lives.
How is the property? Is it messy? Is it full of like trees and woods?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, but it has a beautiful view that I usually, when we take clients, because a client went there, we go in the car around with the car, we stop, we see the view, and then we come back, and there's like actually a beautiful tree that I always tell folks, can we take this tree to Fort Jefferson? It's like a Japanese,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
it's a very nice tree.
Like, okay.
It's like purplish, deep.
So, the house is dilapidated or it's not in good condition? The house is not in good condition? It's like falling apart? And no one lives there? What's going on with the property, do you know?
Well, he's trying to sell
You
it.
try to sell it? Okay.
Yeah, and it's in the market. It has a sign from Stefan.
Okay.
And this is Deer Cliff or Deerfield?
No, Deer Cliff Road.
Deer Cliff Road.
It's like we live here and it's here, the property. Like I can walk.
It's very close.
Yeah.
You
it's-
could walk.
Yeah, it's only
Okay.
2 minutes walk.
Okay.
Is there any work going on the property or? Is
In that one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But it is listed by Ford Group as an available property.
By Courtroom Bank. Stefan has it.
Okay.
Big for a real.
So it's available for development?
Yes, I mean, or if it, because there was a lady that wanted to buy and reconstruct that house and live there, and she wanted to buy that for 600, whatever thousand.
Okay.
But Ford Group still owns it, right?
Yes.
And Ford Group is Fidos' company?
It's what?
Is Fidos' company, Ford
Yes.
Group? Is he the only owner or is there other? He's like listed as the CEO.
Yes, it's supposed to, the company started with a sister,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I don't know in what year, 2004.
Mhm.
No, mentira, no, sorry, I don't know. And the sister moved back to Greece. Then Fotis stayed that, because 40 means 4 of Fotis and Renata, which is the sister.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So bring it to Ford.
Yes.
Is he close with his sister?
Yes, and I've been talking to her, she's been calling me.
Do they talk often?
Yes.
Now, you said something earlier about you were going to one of the properties two weeks ago? One of the Ford Group properties. Was that one of the Mountain Spring properties?
Well, no, I go to all the properties very much.
Was there one that you went to, if you remember, 2 weeks
Well,
ago?
80 Mountain Spring, you go,
Okay.
and to check it out, to show it. 585, we just drive, I never go inside the house because the house is not,
Is there a dumpster on the property of 585?
I don't know.
Go ahead, if you have
I didn't have a question, I was just gonna.
It has a garage, that it has a car, a Focus, a Porsche.
the Cayenne's over there?
Yes, the Cayenne is inside
He
there.
parks it there?
No, it's broken.
Oh,
We had an accident in that Cayenne.
okay. When was that?
It was in winter. With Nicole, we were coming from the movies and coming up the house. Fotis was obviously driving fast. It was icy and we crashed. And Guillaume, back then Guillaume, a worker of him, came and picked me and Nicole up and Fotis stayed. But this is like a year ago, the accident.
Alright,
So this is irrelevant to the case. But the car is there.
alright,
Okay, you have something else?
go ahead.
You originally told us you got back to around noon, you're back at the house, you had lunch, but that was really at 1, 2 o'clock.
Yes.
So you got back to the house around 1 or 2 o'clock?
No, like before, because
Before?
Alright, let me tell you my notes today. You told us that you got back to the house around noon,
exactly,
and that between 1 and 2,
we had,
you heard Fotis calling you from
Yes.
downstairs saying, hey, can we have lunch?
Yes.
Is that
yes,
accurate?
When you got back at noon, was that Suburban there?
yes,
You need to be positive.
I am positive,
So when you got back at noon, the Suburban was there.
yes.
But you saw it?
Yeah, because it's parked next to the garage, next to the space.
But you didn't see Fotis for another hour.
No.
Okay.
That's why in my mind, Fotis is there, because the car is there.
But you didn't see the Raptor, or you did see the
No,
Raptor?
the Raptor wasn't there. Well, no, unless it was in the
Okay.
car.
Alright, I just want to ask you clearly. When you got back to the house at noon, you saw the Suburban, correct?
Mhm.
You did not see the Raptor.
I did not.
So you really don't know whether the Raptor was or wasn't there, right? Is that correct?
Well, if it was, I didn't see it. And
Right.
if it was in the car.
Okay,
and
so you don't know whether it's there.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine, I just want what is in the basement of 4 Jefferson? In other words, there's a refrigerator?
There's,
What?
there's 2 stairs, one from the mudroom and one kind of like from the entrance. If you go from the entrance, you turn straight, it's a room, a guest room, right? I call it the dead room. Because
The dead
I
room?
call it as a joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry,
It's okay.
because
Sure, you have your reason for it.
well, because it doesn't have window, it's like all
Okay, so
furniture.
it's stagnant, it's,
And now what you said only a few times, when the house is packed with people, it has a bathroom.
it's got a floor?
Yes, yes, the basement is completely done.
Okay.
That's in front. Then on the left, there's a big playroom with closets with all the labels, games for the kids, a big rug with tables on the side, a piano that Nicole uses a lot because she sings. Then there's the gym. If I get out of the room, the gym. At the right, there's a little library and a winery, a wine cellar. You've been into the house now?
No,
No, we personally have not.
Okay. And then if you go to the other side, again, straight from the stairs, on the right, there's another playroom that usually we have like set with race cars. Right now it has some labels because we've been working on labels. We change it when Fotis changes a lot. That's like his, I don't know, whatever he wants. There's a storage room in front that has boxes, things of me. It has all his DVDs, like boxes and boxes of DVDs. And then you keep going, then there's the elevator, then there's the whole thing for the television, like with all the media and television, internet and whatever. And then there's and then he has a thing for praying, like with virgins that was from the great grandfather who always said.
I have a question that might seem a little strange for you. When you and Fotis were in the Raptor, when you got in, did you notice the bags?
No.
No. Did you ever notice a foul smell from those bags, like garbage or anything?
No, because I didn't see the,
When you were in the car, when you stopped, there was no strange odor or sense?
No, because I didn't get out, and I'm like, why, why would I have to go?
When he was lifting the bags, did they appear to be heavy? Did you take note?
No, I don't know.
Were they very large, or were they
were a garbage bag and.
big garbage bags, or like the contractor type, or just
Yes.
small?
Yes.
So
I mean,
you,
I don't know the brand, I don't know.
I'm just asking if you observed anything of note, is there
No,
anything
like
about this?
construction, but we have bags in the house. If you open the drawer in the pantry, we have like 4 boxes of those huge.
And you never really, did you question him a lot about why you were stopping and throwing out a random?
Ask what was in the bags.
No, like why do we have to do this now? And he's like, no, wait. I never finished the story of like when the police came.
Tell us, please.
Okay, because when after we went to the Starbucks, we went to the house, I threw the sandwich because it was disgusting.
You like Starbucks, huh? So I'm with you, Michelle.
Terrible sandwich.
You're not offended, don't worry.
Go ahead.
So, I went up, I'm in the laundry, I see a police car come. So this is like at 8:30.
This is
the
24th Friday, we're back on.
Yes. And I go out, and I was about to go down the stairs, and I'm like, and I see Fotis, and I thought this is a police car down. And he goes, he's like, I know. He walks to the door. I didn't go down because I see police and I panic. I don't know why. I think because I've seen too many terror movies. The police talks there in the door. It doesn't go in, or Fotis doesn't go out. It was like in the door, in the middle of the door. I go to my room. I was in Nicole's room, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be here. I go to my room. I went to the bathroom. I changed my.
That's okay, that's
Go
all
on,
right.
sorry.
And then I go back and like, what happened? And he says, the police just said that Jennifer's missing. I'm like, what? He's like, yes. I'm like, but missing from, like, well, obviously the typical conversation, missing of what? Like, did she die? Is she okay? Like, did she take the kids? And then Foti said, I don't know, I have to call Lauren. So he tried calling Lauren. Lauren doesn't pick up.
Okay.
At that time,
Lauren's the babysitter.
the babysitter, at that time, I went, I have to go, I have to pick up my daughter. And he goes, no, I want to go with you. I'm like, no, you stay. And I'm like, no. So I'm driving. Well, no, he's driving. And we arrive at the school at 9:15. And I pick up
This is
Nicole.
at night?
Yes,
Yeah, she had the Chicago.
she had the Chicago show. And it's in the text, like, okay, what time? And she's like, I'm about to, it's almost finished. And I'm like, I'm here, I'm parked here outside. And she's like, okay, I'm getting out. Like, that conversation is in my phone.
Okay, what's Fotis doing? He's driving which car?
The Cherokee.
Okay, what is he doing while he's driving you to Michelle, or
To Nicole. No,
to
he
Nicole?
was driving and sitting there, and we were like
Is he
talking.
on his phone too?
Yes, he started making calls to, I think, Mike Rose, then Jacob, and then at some point the police start calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob says, do not answer the phone. I answered once, and they said I'm a reporter for whatever. And I hung up, I'm nervous.
Jacob told you not to answer the phone?
Jacob said, if you see numbers of don't answer, they'll leave a message.
This is all on Friday?
Yes, at night.
Okay.
We arrived to the house, obviously I'm stressed out. I take Nicole to the room, I don't tell her anything. She gets changed or whatever.
Does Nicole pick up on the stress in the house? Between you?
Not that
You're
day,
stressed.
but then after, yes. And then I have to tell her at some point, missing the mom of the kids, she's missing. Everything's
Fotis
gonna be
upset?
fine. What do you mean by upset?
Is he
Like angry?
concerned?
Oh,
Well, is he
yes.
angry?
No, he's concerned, and then I don't know who he talks. I think that police, and the police said, and he said, please, can you tell Lauren to pick up the phone or to call me?
Mhm.
So he called her, and she told her yes, and told her the story. The story I know is that she was supposed, that Jennifer told Lauren to pick up the kids from school and that they were gonna meet in the doctors and the dentist, I don't know what time, in New York. She never appeared. Lauren gets nervous.
Right.
And
So,
I
but
heard.
we know that, Michelle, but,
Well, but I
the
know
evening
that.
of the 24th, you are with Fotis, and he's contacting people, and he's concerned about
Yeah.
Jennifer.
After the police come.
Right, after
Yes.
the police tell him Jennifer's missing,
Yes,
he's concerned.
yes.
Is he contacting Lauren, you said?
He contacted
And why
Lauren.
is he contacting Lauren?
Well, because I guess
To
Lauren.
find out about details
If the
about
kids-
Jennifer?
No, he wanted to know where the kids were.
Okay.
He was worried
He was worried about the kids, and did he learn that the kids were okay?
No, yes, because he spoke with, and apparently Lauren said that police said not to drive to New Canaan, to the house, because there were a lot of police, so it's better for them to stay in
Okay.
New York
Right,
with a grandmother. And,
Right.
and then one of the daughters, Christian, was having a sleepover.
right.
Which I said, well, how come a sleepover if you're supposedly you don't let sleepovers? And he go, I don't know. Jennifer knows doing whatever.
Was there supposed to be a visitation going on the next day?
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
And was that put off?
Yes.
It was put off because of Jennifer's disappearance and her absence?
Because, I don't know, for what he told me that Lauren, the police said to Lauren not to go, so they stayed in New York.
Okay.
So that he went down
But we know that. We know
to,
that. To Manhattan.
No. Saturday he went down to meet with Puebla and the kids in the suburban, Saturday,
To where the kids were.
yes.
Right, to the grandmother's?
No, to New Canaan because
Oh, to New
supposedly he
Canaan.
was gonna meet.
Okay.
And I think I wasn't there, but from what he told me, he spoke with Jacob. Jacob said, come to the office and something like that.
All right.
And
It's very convoluted. Did you ever receive a voicemail from a police officer?
two,
Okay.
and you listen to them.
Did you ever call, for who was it from, do you know?
New Canaan, but I think I don't call them back.
Why?
Well, because the lawyer, Jacob, and you told me not to call that, they would call me back. I never answered that. There's two voicemail,
Okay. Okay. So I need to button down a little bit, so going back to the 24th. Noon, you arrive home between 1 and 2. Lotus is at the bottom of the stairs calling for lunch. You guys have shepherd's pie.
No, I said it up, let's go. They're going to
Okay. All right. So, at sometime after that, Fotis calls you on the phone, and he's already at 80 Mountain Spring, and he says, we have to clean up there, bring cleaning supplies. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what time Fotis called you?
No, it's
Okay. Fotis's phone number is the 8625. At that time, was the 8625 number? Business number?
Well, he only has one for the business in himself. It's at 860, and I don't know.
478-8625?
Yes,
Okay.
finishing it.
That's the phone that he no longer has. That's one of the phones he no longer has.
And
And,
then on Saturday with Jacob, he gets another one.
okay.
Or on
Tell us
Sunday.
about that other one. Do you know what's the phone number for that? Is it the 4877 plus
Yes,
40? Okay.
yes.
Where did he get that from?
For what he told me with Jacob, got it from him. Got it for him.
Okay, had you ever called him on that phone prior to Saturday or Sunday?
No, because he didn't have
Or
it.
he did. He's had that phone. Yeah, he's had that phone.
The 777?
The one that ends at 4877. He's had that phone, I believe, since March of this year.
What?
Whose name is that phone in?
Wait,
Do you
is
know?
this the same number that Jacob got?
This is the same number, the same phone that was when you guys went to get your fingerprints taken. Did Fotis have a phone with him that he lost on that night? When you went to get your fingerprints taken?
Yes.
And that you first met me.
Okay.
That was yesterday.
Right, so Fotis had a phone that was seized by the police, correct?
Yes.
Or was that the phone?
No, okay, I understand. You mean the phone,
The phone.
that's a previous, but the numbers not.
Okay, I'm not sure that's, all right.
That was.
It actually isn't because, well.
No, I don't know.
All right, so this is what keeps you, so you don't know what
I
time?
know he had a bigger one. You got a bigger one? He said, no, this is an old one.
Okay. I want to go back to the 24th, the Friday. Fotis is calling you, asking you to bring cleaning supplies to 80 Mountain, and he's already there. Do you know what time he called, about what time that call came in? Because you said between
No.
1 and 2 you're having lunch.
Yes, it's like a 3 something.
So,
Just gonna pause it at 16:39:18. Detective Kimball, we just watched you in the video. You're attempting to clarify when the defendant went to 80 Mountain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, I just want to ask you, did there come a point in time where you were able to review residential surveillance footage near 80 Mountain Spring Road?
Yes.
What address were you able to review it from?
77 Mountain Spring Road is directly across from 80.
Was that before or after this interview?
After.
Thank you, sir. Continue.
3 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. And then you were, well, can't be 3 because you're saying with 2:15 and 2:30, maybe these times are messed up. 2:15 and 2:30 you're arriving with the sheriff. All right, so.
Bueno,
You
that's
should-
why I don't.
Okay, no, I don't think you're lying, I think you're confused. You don't need to
I'm
work.
not confused, I just don't know exactly that.
Okay, that's all right, that's all right. So ignore, this is an old photograph, but there's a little bit of information here about cell phones. And this is 80 Mountain Spring.
No, yes, I
Okay,
believe you, it's
so-
just that these
So
trees don't.
that's all right,
exist.
but you remember, this is the house. That house is in the same spot now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Do you know, I don't know what road this is. You know where, there's a road over here.
This is a mountain spring.
Okay, so Mountain Spring is
He
here.
built a home, that's why this is all, because for.
Don't worry about the photo.
He built this, he built
Okay.
this house too, from the metaphor. This doesn't exist about a year ago.
Michelle, don't worry about it. The house still exists, right?
Yes, the house
Okay,
that he
and the
built.
property is owned by 4 people.
Oh, yeah, that's what he tells me.
So
And it's in the website.
we have some times here. We have 14:25, that's military. It's about 2:25 p.m., 2:26 p.m., 2:26 p.m.
What is this number?
Those are times. Those are military times.
No, I know military.
So this is Fotis's phone on the property of 80 Mountain Spring, at least as early as 2:25 p.m.
Okay, then,
So he's definitely there, and he calls you at 3.
bueno, I said 3, but maybe he called me
Okay.
at that time.
All right.
Roundabout, it's not easy to.
All right. So what I'm trying to get to is that what's over here now?
Trees.
There's trees here.
Yes, these trees don't exist.
Okay. These trees don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these trees
All
exist.
that
Do these trees exist?
Yes, doesn't look as much as this picture,
Okay. But there are some trees here.
but, well, yeah, all this has trees.
Are there buildings over here?
No.
Okay. So my question to you would be, do you have any idea why he would be walking around in the trees?
No. I mean, this is land trust, I think.
Okay, it's a land trust.
I think. I mean, he always says you cannot build here, you cannot build it, and this is part of not the property. There's a part that is.
So he doesn't own that property?
No, he owns this property with this and this, which was, it used to be one property at some point.
Right, so do you understand from a police perspective of a person that we suspect is having done something really bad to his wife? We find it strange that he's walking around.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I never walked.
So I'm gonna kind of go back to, if you were Fotis and you had to get rid of a body, or if you had to get rid of a body which was no longer one piece, where would you go?
Me?
Or where do you think Fotis might go? Okay, I'm not saying you. Where would Fotis have gone to take either Jennifer or parts of Jennifer to get rid of
I
her?
don't know. I mean, you're asking me something that.
I am, unfortunately, because I unfortunately believe that's where we're at. That's the situation, and
Well,
it's
I know
terribly
you're
sad. Who says we're not living there?
I don't know.
Okay. But I'm asking you because you know Phyllis. I don't know at all.
I do know him, but I mean, I would never talk to him like, where would you bury a body? Like, that's not our conversation.
Well, I don't know if you have any inclination to any guesses, regard basically based on what you know about it. If you don't, that's fine. We're looking for Jennifer, and unfortunately, Jennifer may be.
No, you said that it's dead.
Okay.
You said that she's dead because you found the blood.
There's enough to suggest that, but we believe she might have been in the bags you were throwing out.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right, I know that's a lot. We're gonna let you take a break and cool off and open the door.
How much longer are you?
I'll have an answer for you shortly if that's okay. All right, but that's why we're.
Can you, like,
Let's take a break. Think about what you want to say next.
no, I mean, I don't have it in mind, I just have a question,
What's your question?
Like,
I can't, certain things I can't tell you, but go ahead.
no, I mean,
I'm happy to answer your questions. Do you mind if I open the door?
Please do.
the garage is not in this picture.
That's an old picture, so
Okay,
just
so
know
there's
there's
a
gonna be
garage.
changes.
There's a garage here, that's where we have the cars for.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
We're good, all right. This is
But
just,
this is getting like worse and worse.
So, do you need more?
yeah, just for a second. No, I'm here.
Just keep in mind that's still active.
Okay. We can't talk. We can't talk because it's still active, you understand?
You wanted to tell me something?
Yeah, but we'll have to wait for them to come back and then we'll start.
I cannot.
Don't talk here. Don't talk here. Okay.
Look at this.
You feel dizzy?
I'm okay.
Are you? Well, maybe with a little air, you'll feel better. If you haven't eaten and you're exhausted. So.
There's still more questions, if that's okay. Later. So we'll be. It's just that there's something that just. Just the way it's been. Let's just make it do. Did you already do it? We're just gonna stop the recording now.
All right, so you stop.
Your attorney to stop.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Just gonna keep it outside. I'm sorry, Michelle.
I'll make sure that if you write it, I understand that it's.
Yeah, because it's very, there's not a lot of error here.
No, as long as everyone's.
Pausing the video at 17:08:05. Detective Kimball, I just want to indicate there was a jump in the time here. Is that because the recording was turned off?
Yes, it was.
And that was for purposes of a break, is that correct?
Yes,
All right, and now we're resuming with the recording, is that right?
that's correct.
All right, thank you.
I think we talked to the attorney. We understand that you and Fotis have a relationship and you're concerned about him. You also,
Not anymore.
well, you have to be concerned about yourself right now. You have a child,
Yes.
you have a mother, you have a family.
Yes.
Presumably seated him. And I don't want to deprive you. We told your attorney, we are fair people. We don't want you to go down for something that you were not a part of. But we also need details and we need
Okay.
more honesty. There are some things that you've been saying that you've been very, very detailed with, and there are some other things that we consider important that you've been kind of skipping over. So,
Like what?
well, like what was going on Mountain Spring, 80 Mountain Spring, when he called you up there on the 24th.
I went to, he said, bring the cleaning things to clean the house.
Is that normal that you
Yeah.
clean your
Well, usually I take the cleaning stuff for the cleaning ladies, yes, that's, I mean, I don't do it every day, but I've done it at least 6 times of my life to that house.
Okay. And he was there helping you clean, or was he doing something else when he was at the house?
I went into the kitchen, I started cleaning, but it was like, because usually someone else cleans it, either Renata or Lupita.
How many times did you clean that house? You personally clean that house?
When I've taken the cleaning stuff like 6 times. I cleaned it myself maybe like 2 times.
Was there something coming up for that house? Some showing or something? Is that why you were going?
Saturday. And I think Sunday too, there was an open house.
What is,
And it was very dirty, I mean, dust.
just from being not lived in?
Yeah.
What is Fotis, best of your knowledge, Michelle, what does Fotis have? Does he have one storage or more than one in Avon units?
He told me at one, I only went there once, that he had 2 and that he wanted to get rid of 1.
So you,
But that you can ask Haj.
yeah, when you went up in 2017 and with the furniture, that was, you looked at one, there was one storage unit that you looked in, you didn't look in more than one?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Okay, so what was in
There
that storage, what
there
kinds
was-
of things were in that storage unit?
Okay, there was a mirror,
Yeah,
a
so
tool,
furniture.
yes, a bed,
Any
mattresses.
smaller things, any construction tools?
It was more like furniture, like I remember some chairs, I said, why can we take these? I'm like, no, they're horrible. It was like a flower chairs. And well, I don't know, he had
Okay.
things, it was packed.
There are no tools that you know of, crowbars, sledgehammers, hammers,
But
saws?
you guys can go.
Well, yeah, we had to, we got,
choose to do it.
Okay.
yeah. As far as driving around Hartford, like I said, it was multiple stops, it may not have been 30, that might have been misinformation, but it was certainly numerous stops throughout a period of an area that you called scummy or scary
No,
or,
because I never go
right.
there.
and did you ask
I have
him?
never been.
Did he
Yes,
tell you
that's why
anything
we-
about what he was doing? Did you question him any more than, can we get out of here? Did you ask him what was in the bags? Did
No.
you know what was in the bag?
No, wait, in my mind it's always like construction things. Even maybe, I don't know, the cleaning from the house, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking.
So those bags ended up, I'm sorry, those bags ended
But they
up,
were like blood walking, nothing.
so there was no visible blood that you saw. Do you now remember the FedEx box?
It wasn't a box, it was like
FedEx.
an envelope
What was in that one? Okay.
that he has in the office. He has
Okay.
envelopes because
Alright.
when he sent
Did you
it.
find it strange that he was putting that into a sewer?
Yes, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like,
But what I find strange is when I asked you about it, you lied to me and told me it didn't happen. That you didn't.
No,
I also find it strange that you keep all your receipts on that day, but I've seen your car and it's not kept, you're not that organized in my opinion. So do you understand why we're kind of not believing some of what you're saying?
but if you go.
It sounds very well rehearsed
No.
and planned.
No, we've talked about it many times.
Yeah, we've gone over
We've
the
got it
timelines,
to
but
the timeline a lot. Now, the purse,
I want you to know, this is not rehearsal. Because any lawyer in this situation would ask her the same questions that you would ask when it comes to what did you do on that day? But there's no rehearsal here on what to say.
Okay. I'm not saying with you, I'm saying perhaps with, you've had a lot of time to discuss the situation while all this was going on for the last months, and your lawyer is doing so with you and your boyfriend. Did he ever kind of talk to you about how to handle when we approach you? Did he ever coach you? Did he ever tell you what to
he
say?
just say, keep calm, this is gonna be over, stay strong. I'm like, this is like the last thing I want in my life. It's like, stick to it, and I actually,
Stick to what?
well, stick to being okay.
Stick to the story?
Stick to it meaning what?
No. Like, stick to, like, stay calm.
Paused it at 17:14:08. May I just retrieve two exhibits?
Yes.
'74 and '75. Detective Kimball, this interview was on June 2nd, 2019, is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you subsequently become aware that the defendant's residence, 4 Jefferson Crossing, had been searched on June 3rd, 2019?
Yes.
Handing you exhibits 74 and 75, just ask that you familiarize yourself with those and can actually open them if you need to look at them.
I don't have gloves. Thank you.
Just for the record, could you indicate what you're looking at, sir?
Right now, I'm looking at Exhibit 158.
I'm sorry, it's Exhibit 74. State's Exhibit 74 for trial purposes.
Okay. 74. 74.
And can you just indicate what you're looking at?
I'm looking at 3 sheets of paper, which appear to be photocopies of timelines.
And do you know where these were found?
These were found in a briefcase in the mudroom at 4 Jefferson Crossing on the 3rd of June.
Were you aware of these documents on June 2nd, 2019?
No, it was not.
And if you could just put those back and look at Exhibit 75.
Now I'm looking at Exhibits 75.
What is Exhibit 75, sir?
Exhibit 75 is a single notebook page of a timeline, two-sided.
Were you aware of this document when you interviewed the defendant on June 2nd, 2019?
I was not, no.
Okay, McGinnis, this is a natural time for a break.
Yes, sir.
So we will take our afternoon recess until 3:30. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not discuss the case.
All rise. This honorable Superior Court now stands in recess. This honorable superior court is now open and back in session. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. Thank you. We can bring the jury in. Would counsel stipulate, please?
Yes, Judge. Yes.
Thank you.
Detective Kimball, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Where we left off just before the break, I had shown you States Exhibits 74 and 75 for trial. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And I believe you indicated after reviewing the documents within those manila envelopes, you were unaware of those during the course of this interview. Is that right?
That's correct.
Prior to this video being paused, there was conversation about whether or not the defendant had spoken to Mr. Dulos about how to conduct herself. Is that right?
That's correct.
And she indicated that he said to her, stick to it. Is that right?
Yes.
Judge, at this point, we're going to pick it back up.
Thank you.
Won't get nervous.
Is Fotis, how does Fotis feel about you think?
In terms of if he loves me or not?
Yes.
I know, he says that he loves me all the
Okay,
time.
do you believe that he does?
Oh, yes. I do.
Okay, is he nice to you? Is he considerate of you? Does he treat you well?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember when you were being, what?
Sorry. We did,
In general.
no, I know, but like now I'm like thinking like I've had moments specifically this
No,
week
all right,
of stress.
okay. Do you remember when you were getting processed for your fingerprints and your pictures?
Yes.
And you remember the two of you were in adjacent rooms?
Yes, I wanted to kill him.
Why is that?
Well, because I'm like, why am I doing here because of a Jennifer that I don't know her, and I'm like standing here, and I don't even know I don't know Ruben, I don't know Jennifer, I don't know anybody, and I'm like in a situation where I don't know half of the people.
Do you feel it? Why are you mad at him for that? Is it did he put you there?
No, but I'm like, it comes from him, because obviously this is not my people.
Okay. Right, that's what I was asking. You're there because it's,
Because of his
you know you didn't do
not
anything,
me.
right?
Yeah, I know, I did.
So, but yet you find yourself there, so
Yes, and I'm like, why am I here? Like, I have a normal life, a beautiful life with my daughter, and ever since I got to Connecticut, it's been like a nightmare.
and how long have you been here?
I started coming in June of 2017 in the summer, back and forth,
About 2
because
years.
I couldn't be here when he was with the kids by court. So I would go to Miami, which I was upset because I'm like, wow, I have to fly every 4 days, back and forth. Like, okay.
I just want to go back to when you were being processed.
Oh,
We noticed how he was treating you. I noticed. And specifically, he looked like he was staring a hole in your head.
Do you remember when you were sitting against the wall? When he was getting the phone numbers out of the phone and your head was between your knees? Remember you were feeling faint, you weren't feeling well?
Yes. I'm feeling still the same.
You looked a lot worse that night than you have in the last 24 hours that I've been spending with you. He asked you a question, you didn't respond. And he looked at you as though you didn't see it because your face was down. And he gave you the most evil, long look I've ever seen when he had to break him from it.
He looked at me.
Yeah, he looked at you.
But I wasn't
And
looking.
we became very concerned for your safety, just based on our experience in what we do and what we witnessed and what we've learned throughout the last, several days.
The reason I didn't talk to you guys because Andy said don't talk, say that
Which
you
we
have a
understand.
lawyer.
Which
Okay,
we
I
respect
could
that.
have-
He's asking you a different question.
Okay, no, I didn't see his face.
So,
I mean, I don't remember. If I was
But it just
looking at-
showed us kind of where he was coming from. We can't read his mind, but we're actually not too bad at reading people in general.
Yes.
And
he was also
behavior to you was,
overly concerned, because you know how you were in the separate rooms.
Yes.
When you were photographed.
Yes, I remember. They put the
there's a room
speakers.
here, there's a room here.
Yes.
Whenever you would speak, Fotis had to know what was going on. Are you okay? Are you okay? I asked Fotis, you all right? Let's get through this so we can get you guys out. He's like, well, I'm concerned for her.
Okay, but I didn't hear
Her
that.
group, yeah, but what we're telling you. The point is that he's overly concerned,
Okay.
because you were breaking down. You've
Well,
had,
because
yeah,
I'm
well,
like,
we understand.
what am I doing here?
So what that shows us is he was concerned about what you were gonna say or do
Okay.
because of stuff that we think that you know.
Okay.
That's what we're getting at.
Okay.
When you came here, when you were under arrest or when you were in custody, having your prints taken, then when you came here last night, you were a shambles. You were shambles. You were in tears. You were very upset. You were hunched over. Really, nothing that you told us today is an indication. Why would you be so upset if it was only what you told us today?
Why
So-
I'm upset? Because I'm upset of the whole situation. I'm like, why? I mean, why it's me that is happening this when I haven't done anything? And I'm like so innocent, and I'm like being
We're not
charged
saying
as like,
Did
no, I know,
anything
but
we
this is
think
what
that
goes
you
in
know
my, that's
something?
what goes into my
And it may not be something you know in this part of your head, maybe something that you feel in the back of your head as far as what happened to Jennifer. So,
Well, I'm scared. I mean, if you say that.
are you
that's-
concerned that maybe something bad happened to her? Okay, that's good. I mean, we all are, I think. Where do you
But
think,
now that you told me that he caught
I'm saying maybe,
that he caught them in pieces in the bags, I'm more worried.
we don't know what was in those bags, right? I mean,
But
you're telling us that.
No, you said it before.
No, the bags.
Ah,
right?
okay. But I heard that you said that you might think that there's pieces of Jennifer in those
We are
bags.
concerned that that's the case. We
Okay,
certainly,
that's why I'm saying
yeah, so
what you're saying.
we want to find Jennifer.
Okay.
We want to find her for her family. We want to find out what happened to her, even if it's bad. All right? Are we going to find her at Fort Jefferson Crossing? Or any part of her?
I mean, you guys, I can go with you, I can dig holes, I can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I mean, if she's there,
Dig holes?
but I don't know to find her.
Okay. What about 80 Mountain Spring?
I could do the same thing with you guys.
Do you think she's there? Do you have any indication,
No, but
any
I
feeling
know,
that she's at 80 Mountain Spring?
why not?
There's 80 Mountain Spring, there's 84 Mountain Spring, there's
Maybe
88 Mountain Spring.
Yes, she can be in any of those,
She can be in
or she can be in 585.
That was the next one I was gonna ask about. Could she be up in the storage area?
In the what?
In the storage area, you have storage, self-storage, by the pond? We're trying to find her.
Maybe. I
We
mean,
don't necessarily think that you had something to do with killing her, but we think that you have some information
I
that
don't, I would
will
say,
help us find her.
I can go with you guys and I can spend 24 hours looking.
Michelle, the mess
I know it's a
of blood that existed. Whoever moved her car,
which
was,
part?
her car was moved from her house. Her Subaru. It was covered in blood in the driver's seat. She wasn't the one driving, she was in the back with
But wait,
with amounts of blood that are not, you're not gonna be alive. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? And someone drove that car. There's no way Fotis, Hobble, whoever, came back and it wasn't obvious that something horrible happens, and you don't just clean that up.
They would have had to change their clothes for washed up.
And where are they gonna go and wash up? Where are they gonna go and wash up?
The car,
If,
where
where would they go? So,
a car wash.
a couple people are involved in this.
Uh-huh.
She bled a lot.
She what?
She bled a lot, all right? So, and these people are covered in blood. They drive the car, and even where their hands are on the wheel is covered in blood. That blood's gonna start to dry, and dry blood is not easy to get off your skin. It's not easy to get off your clothes.
Yeah, when I get a cut,
We've all had it happen.
yes.
Where do you think they would have went to clean up?
The car,
And if they were in New Canaan, is there a place they would have gone?
I don't know New Canaan. The only thing I know about New Canaan is the two houses that Fotis has built
The Sturbridge?
in the 180 whatever Hemlock.
Hemlock is, someone lives there now?
Yes,
The Sturbridge is still unoccupied.
yes, because it's under construction.
Okay. Is there water there?
But where?
Do you know if water is the Sturbridge? No? You don't? Okay. It's fair enough. So, basically, it's hard for us to understand how we could make it back, even either one of them, if it was them, back to Farmington without being just, it was a lot of water. A lot.
But okay, my question. That they drove with the Suburban or how they get?
Suburban was moved somewhere else within New Canaan by someone that had blood all over
Your
it.
Suburban has damage. You just dropped it to get fixed.
Mine's Suburban,
Your
yes.
Suburban, the one that Fotis drove that thing. Alright, and there's a lot of video, and there just happens to be a Suburban driving around the opposite neighborhood.
We had that damage in the front left.
Yes,
with-
yes, and I
with-
sent that. It's a car's in the repair shop.
No, we
When
haven't.
did it go? When did it go to the repair shop?
I sent it, I went there on Tuesday morning.
So we see the car.
Yes, but I
With-
crashed it.
Right.
We see the car in video with the white spot where the paint came off the bumper. In New Canaan, before Jennifer's dead. Do you understand?
I'm sure
I'm pretty sure.
the Suburban, the one that has the roof in the top.
When did the Suburban go in the shop? This Tuesday, this last Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, that's after Friday.
Memorial.
Now,
Yes, I made the arrangements.
Right, okay.
And it's in my emails.
I want to ask you a question.
I took the picture, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I want to ask you a question if this is true. And I don't know it to be true. When you dropped the car off at the dealership, it was explained to us that you asked for the car to be detailed inside and out at the request of your boyfriend. And that you asked him to do a very good job because he's crazy. Is that what you said?
No,
Okay, clarify that, please.
no. He knows the guy, the owner of the, he knows Fotis.
This is what they were telling us.
Okay, no. I said, now, he said, he showed, and the first thing he said, but this cannot be the quote they sent me. No way I cannot fix this car for.
That's fine.
No, I'm just telling you the conversation because I wanna go. So we went to inside the office, and in the office, there was a guy in the computer. They said, oh, these people are a mess. They sent me the registration that had a number, 297. And I'm like, no, it's like 600 and something. Okay. He said, no, that's fine, we're gonna take care of it, don't worry. I said, and then I sat in the waiting room to wait for the Enterprise to bring my car. I asked for a Suburban because Fotis said, ask for a Suburban because I need a Suburban for the kids. Okay. He comes back and said, I checked your oil and it's in zero. Do you want me to put it? I'm like, yeah, now that we're here, do everything and even clean it. And I know how Fotis is. He's very picky with his
So
cars.
those were his words.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I ask, because people embellish it,
No,
and
I
it
never
just has
said
been
that he's
out.
crazy, and he is very picky,
Good, that
and
clarifies.
he knows Fotis because actually I don't know the guy.
That's fine, that's how it came back to us, and
So,
people do
He
embellish,
took the
especially.
car,
That's fine.
the people at Enterprise wasn't coming.
The Thule,
The what?
the Thule.
Yes,
On the morning of Friday, the 24th, was the Thule on top of the car?
Yeah, and that never comes out.
It never comes off?
I have right now a Suburban that I rented. That's the one that the Enterprise gave me. It doesn't have that,
Yes, I
so
know.
I don't know if that's.
Entirely separate question, Michelle. What kind of locks are on the doors of Jefferson Crossing? What kind of, what brand locks? Okay.
Do we have?
I know like this and you have to go out.
How about the keys,
We start using keys.
the keys at Mountain Spring, there's 3 different properties, right? On Mountain Spring?
Only one gate.
Right, okay, all right. Does Fotis have keys, like a big key ring?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Usually when I go inside that house, it's with a code and it opens that garage.
So you have, you have no idea where we might be able to help us out with where she is, where we can find her?
No. I mean, I can go with you guys, I'll do whatever. But no. I mean, if she's caught in pieces, she's all over.
Did he ever say anything did Fotis ever say anything to you about what happened?
No, he was concerned. He said, I want my kids, I want my kids, I want my kids. He was worried about the
See if she
kids.
recognizes this.
Yeah. Does that look familiar, those?
I saw a bunch of keys.
Yeah, they're Baldwin brand keys. They say Baldwin on them, which is a specific manufacturer.
Just pausing the video at 17:28:02. Detective Kimball, what are you showing the defendant at this point?
That is a photograph taken of a key ring that was seized out of the Albany Avenue trash.
Thank you, sir.
And it's the same lock type as on 69 Wells.
Jennifer's
Oh, what?
house.
69 Wells, Jennifer's house.
Okay, no,
Okay.
I don't know.
Does this type of key look familiar to you at all?
I mean, the one that we have for the house, it has like a square and it has 2 keys. And it's from the house.
And then in Fort Jefferson.
4 Jefferson. And it must be, or like the Fotis has it.
Sorry. I'm good at this point. Alright. So, is there anything you want to ask us?
No, ask, I don't know. There's, Pavel drives a pickup too.
What kind of pickup?
Toyota.
Registered to him?
I know that's his car.
Do you know what color it is?
Bordeaux, like reddish.
Bordeaux. You said Bordeaux, like wine?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question. Let me just ask,
Okay.
this is Pavel's car?
Pavel's car. He usually lives in the house where he changes his cars if he doesn't take the car overnight. So that's another car that usually is around the house.
Where does Pavel live?
Just going to pause it at 17:29:46. I want to talk to you about that last exchange. Had you asked the defendant up until this point about Pavel and a vehicle that he owned?
No.
Who is Pavel?
Pavel Guillaume, I believe the pronunciation of his last name, was the 4-group project manager who was working with Fotis Dulos at the time. And he's essentially was an employee of the 4-group.
And during the course of this interview on June 2nd, 2019, did the defendant ever tell you that Pavel's Gumieni's Toyota was located at 80 Mountain Spring Road on May 24, 2019?
No.
At some point, you indicated that you interviewed her on separate occasions. Did she indicate to you that his vehicle was at 80 Mountain Spring Road?
Yes, she did.
And do you know what kind of Toyota it is? Is it old or new?
It looks old and destroyed, and it's very dirty inside.
Old,
Like
destroyed.
when
Do you think it has a Connecticut license plate? You know?
yes, he
Right.
lives in Connecticut.
Okay, thank you.
You know who's listening?
We do.
Okay.
Gomer recently.
Yes. Photos has a friend named Mark that's very wealthy.
Yes, Marcel.
Did you recently loan money to Photos? So just to clarify, Pavel's, that's his first name.
Pavel.
Pavel. is his
Bueno,
first
I
name.
pronounce it like that one, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. You don't know if Mark did loan him any money at all?
But you can call him.
Do you know any reason why he would loan money?
No. I know in the past, the father has loaned him money to build.
How much?
No.
Is
I
it,
don't get into those. You're asking me
is
things.
it lots and lots of money, or you just don't?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I think he paid him back. But this is like many years ago.
It wouldn't surprise you if he told you that he had been received a large quantity of money or paid a large quantity of money.
Very recent.
For whom?
Would go to Mark or
From Mark to Photos.
Well, the question is, do you know anything about it?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's all I have.
You're gonna, what are your plans? You have plans for bond?
Well, here's my my concern. Okay, if family can raise money for a premium on these charges, and then you guys charge her with something else, there could be an additional bond, and so that's money thrown out the window.
That would be, yes.
So, look, it's not going to surprise you to hear that I don't think she should be charged as an accessory, or an aider and abetter. I mean, I've spent a lot of time with her recently, and there's a lot that she can't be precise about. There's no question. Relies on her phone, not to set, in my view, not to set something up, but relies on her phone to say to me, look, this is when it happened, okay? And I know that because I spoke with my friend or my daughter or whatever. So look, I mean, I've done a lot of these, a lot of cases. I don't see her lying. I don't see her lying.
No one,
She could be wrong. She could be
I
inaccurate.
understand that.
No question.
Right.
But I just don't see her lying. And I'm not saying, I would say the same thing to Richard. I mean, he's the prosecutor.
He's the state's attorney in town. And just to be clear, nobody has been charged yet, so but
I also want to tell you that when you said to her, her life with Fotis is over, I completely agree. Completely agree.
And I feel you would be generous based on my observations and my personal professional experience for many years.
that's one of the reasons I was asking about.
When you left the other day, I walked you out, I was genuine concern for your safety.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? So I want you to understand that I'm not the only one who feels that way.
We had a discussion of what we hoped wasn't going to happen to you that night, luckily it didn't,
But the problem is,
you were there, serious concerns about if he decides he wants to go somewhere out of the country, and he feels that you have knowledge, then he has to tie up his loose ends. We don't want something like that to happen.
No.
And I know you don't either, I know we discussed this before, so, and it's not a threat, it's just a concern that a lot of this happens.
we thank you for talking with us
Please,
that way.
keep thinking, if you come upon some new information or new something, you can reach out to your attorney, you can pass it to your attorney, or whatever, but I don't want to close the door.
No, but look, I want you to know something. This is the same person. What you're seeing is the same person that I've seen over the last however long that I've been speaking with her.
Okay, yes,
I mean it.
you have more experience with her than we do.
Well, I want you to know that. Okay? I don't think that given what she cares about, I mean, it's a big blow to know that the person you have trusted,
Absolutely.
is capable of doing this type of thing. Not only that, but involving her
Right,
And
this
my
is still,
daughter, and my daughter.
Yeah, but involving her.
potentially involving her app, it's all that. Right, and that's why I said that,
Daughter, like, this
Right.
is so crazy.
right, because if you're re-victimized and getting in trouble for something you really had no involvement in, those other two, your mother and your daughter also. That's why I was saying her, I mean, she's still in shock. So something may, as she comes off or whatever, things settle down, something may come to her. And we're interested if that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a big deal for her to accept the fact that, number one, he could have done this, and number two, or the realization today that he involved her. Clearly, he didn't, why did he have to do that?
That's like,
I mean, is he that?
Yeah.
Is he that
I'm
cunning?
assuming that's
Is he
a
that-
rhetorical question, because if you'd like me to answer it, I have an answer.
I'm sure you do. I have one.
But
But,
that should show her the type of person she's dealing with.
right,
And we've repeatedly been told exactly that from every
Yes.
single person we've
There are
spoken to.
numerous people who are frightened.
Not one person has not said what you're saying. Can we ask Michelle, the day that she was in the car when the garbage was dumped, the clothing you were wearing, do you know where that is? Yeah, you remember, you said you were wearing the dark color top and the camel pants in the closet? Is that normally where they are in one of the closets? Okay.
or in the washing.
Okay. So as far as you know, they're in the home. All right, well, thank you so much for the, I know this was difficult and you had it very long, just like us, weeknights, so on and so forth. So,
I don't want to see my daughter, and what's the procedure now?
tomorrow we'll be in court. I'll be speaking with, yes. I'll be, once the judge signs the order, only another judge can reduce it. So, I'll be with you tomorrow morning, and I'll talk to the state's attorney between now and then, and we'll see what we can do about it.
How does it work now?
How does it work? The way it works is that when somebody gets arrested, a judge will either set bond or the police will set bond, okay? And if a bond is not that high, or if there's no requirement that the bond can only be posted at the courthouse, then people get a bondsman and they post a bond. But this is what you're saying. This is a murder investigation, and the investigation is active, it's continuing.
How long does it take?
Well, they don't know.
where's Jennifer?
Depends on who.
If we find Jennifer,
We have no way to know.
if we never find Jennifer,
It can be 10 years?
Well,
There are also,
there's other avenues, just kind of, like this isn't gonna, we can't answer that question unless we know where Jennifer is. In the immediate future, we can't answer that question unless we know where Jennifer is.
You guys look?
We've done,
we've been looking,
And in all the laws?
Michelle, why do you think we just pressed you so hard?
Just what?
Why do you think we just talked to you at length? And your attorney's been here 3 times today.
Find the
we
Jennifer.
all want to find Jennifer. I think there's only one person who doesn't want us to find Jennifer.
And he will not talk.
He won't
He's
talk.
not talking?
Close? No. Absolutely not. Did he tell you not to cooperate with us? No, he never told you that?
No.
Okay. Well, he's demonstrated that. So, yeah, all right, so anyway, we're trying. All right. No idea where to shoot. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna meet with her now. I'm gonna meet with her now. Yes. I will give her your.
Can I look her with all my partners?
Friends this week.
Please, please, please.
No, please.
I know, we all work out.
Detective Kimball Directing your attention now to June 6, 2019, did you have an opportunity to speak with the defendant again?
Yes, we did.
And was that interview also recorded?
Yes, it was.
And during the course of that conversation, did you have an opportunity to speak about the whereabouts of Fotis Dulos on the morning of May 24th?
Yes, we did.
Judge, is this a natural time to?
Well, would counsel approach, please?
Yes.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
All rise. Sir, stand up. This honorable Superior Court now stands adjourned until tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
You can exit the courtroom.